Live, huh?
Yeah.
On a Thursday at 6 o'clock. Who would ever thunk? Live on a Thursday at 6 o'clock. Definitely
Never
during normal life. We would not be live at 6 o'clock. We would all be in our offices doing what we've been doing for literally decades and decades, and that's cranking it out, with that daily grind. But the pandemic has served its purpose, and that's we can really get out on social media and let everybody know who we are and what we do. Looks like Squeeze has got his cocktail. You got your cocktail, Squeeze?
It's not cocktail, it's some wine,
Some
Cabernet
wine,
Sauvignon.
okay. I got my cocktail. This is a John Daly. Do you know what a John Daly is? Anybody know what a John Daly is?
Yeah, it's one of those hard rums.
No.
Never heard of it.
Conrad, tell us what a John Daly is.
Sounds like single malt scotch.
It's not a single malt. Well, what's an Arnold Palmer?
Sounds like whiskey.
I've heard of Johnny Walker, not John Daly.
Yeah.
Right. So an Arnold Palmer is a lemonade iced tea combo. A John Daly is a lemonade iced tea combo with vodka. And the reason why is because John Daly was known to be drinking on the golf course. John Daly was a very famous golfer in the 90s. So that's what this drink is named after. So it's lemonade, iced tea, and vodka. And you know what? The case handler at 6 o'clock on a Thursday after such a wonderful week of work is entitled to that. We had a great day. We found out only a few hours ago that we won a very big case for a client, $35,000. The insurance company was offering $10,000. They refused to budge. They would not come up more than $10,000. And we went to court. We spoke to the judge. Everything now is virtual, so it's done just like this, right? The judge is in one corner. The client is in another corner. The defense attorney's in another corner, and I'm in another corner. $10,000. We turned it down. $35,000. Couldn't be happier for this client. Just another great win for Pollack, Isaac, Tasico. For those of you guys who don't know who we are Pollack, Isaac, Tasico. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler, and you are now officially, even though it's the evening, cruising with the case handler. We are here to talk about our firm, a full-service law firm here in Manhattan, personal injury, immigration, litigation, criminal defense, real estate, matrimonial. It doesn't make a difference what the legal need is. If you have a problem, we are the solution, and we're here to give you absolutely 100% free legal advice. But you must have our number saved. Our number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844-PPID law. I can bet you that most of the people watching right now on Facebook were watching us this morning when we were streaming live at 8:30, when we were broadcasting live at 93.5 FM. Conrad was dealing with a client issue early this morning, so couldn't make the morning show, but I'm sure he's anxious to let us know what's going on with the immigration world, what's going on with our firm in general. And I turn it over to him, my man. Conrad, how you doing today?
Why not?
I'm okay. Busy day today. Dealing with a client issue, as you said this morning. A gentleman stuck overseas, and we're trying to get him back. So not such an easy feat these days, but we're working on it.
Is that a COVID issue, or is that a immigration issue?
It's a COVID-related issue. Schengen, guy coming. We had an issue like this a couple of weeks ago with a gentleman from Greece, businessman. It's a similar thing from Germany, and he's just having trouble getting back in. And of course, I had to involve the man with the links, make some.
Picking up the lingo, he is. Huh? All right.
Make some phone calls to try to see if we can move this along. So we'll see how it plays out. The holiday, July 4th weekend. Nobody's really looking to work in the government any more than they usually are. That plus the fact that 3/4 of the workforce is about to go under, be furloughed. Morale at the USCIS has never been wonderful. I wouldn't call it like a high morale type of situation there. These days, I'm surprised these guys even show up for work. Like I said, 3/4 of them 19,000 man workforce. 3/4 of the workforce has been furloughed starting.
No,
next
you're
month.
talking about the immigration and the immigration.
USCIS. Yeah,
Right.
I'm
So
saying when you just ducked us to go have some of your John Daly.
Yeah.
We we were talking about serious business here. Serious business.
That was actually a phone. That was actually a phone call that was coming in. I guarantee you that was a consultation.
I'm only kidding.
Let me see this question, Conrad.
Just teasing you, Adam.
The individuals that work for USCIS, would you say that they are committed to helping immigrants or hurting immigrants? And I know, listen, I'm not talking about the administration, but my question is, the people that work for immigration, are they really looking to help people, or are they acting as a goalie and trying to block shots here and there? What would you say?
That's a tough question. It's difficult to answer. Look, obviously, any profession, even the legal profession, there are good and there are bad. Government, look, I mean, we've had people work for us that have gone to work for the government, that worked for the firm, that became asylum officers, became adjudication officers, became deportation officers over the years. And we're doing this 36, 37 years. Trial attorneys, in fact, when I first broke in, we had a woman working for us who was a really good lawyer. She became a trial attorney. Another woman worked for us, became a judge. Both of them are still there, immigration judge. Interesting that I have never hired somebody that worked for the government, come in the opposite direction. In other words, we have put plenty of personal, private employees have gone to work for USIS and the government. I have never hired one that came from the government. Tells you just a little bit about, their work ethic as opposed to our work ethic. But that aside, there are people there that the job means something to them. They understand what they're trying to do, but it's difficult. You see thousands of people on a regular basis. It becomes, people become numbers, and a lot of people are there and it's just a job and they don't really care. And the people become faceless and they just treat them like animals. I mean, there's a lot of that. And it's always been like that. Immigration has always been a faceless, seriously bureaucratic agency. Everything's got to be done, by the book, and no deviation, no creativity. It's not. It's not in my opinion. I don't imagine it being a great place to work. Aside from government benefits and so on.
So it's definitely.
Let me sum up. I know I'm going on and on here. My point is, these days, with the way the administration has culled good people, we've talked about it over the last couple of months, how the BIA, the appeals agency, they've tried to get rid of the liberal judges and put in conservative judges, hardliners. Same thing is going on there. ICE, they try to recruit people that think they're cops, that they just want to keep people out. They want to go after the bad guys, quote unquote. So these days, I would say that the personnel at immigration, unfortunately, probably skew toward the negative, in my opinion. But look, it's an adversary. It's an adversary relationship. We've had, and there are many good people that work there. But I would say on the average these days, especially the way they're hiring numbers, people that don't have any experience, they're throwing people into positions where they have all kinds of latitude and all kinds of discretion, and they don't exercise it properly, in my opinion, most of the time. It's not a good situation. As I've said before, immigration is not your friend, right? Immigration is not your friend.
So now more than ever, you need a lawyer. That's what you're saying.
That's pretty much what I'm saying in a fewer words.
And the people are calling. I mean, Andrea, we should introduce you. I'm sorry you were off for a minute. Maybe you grabbed your cocktail. I'm not sure. But Andrea Shear is an associate of the firm Pollack at DeSico. She's in the immigration department. She's been taking a lot of phone calls. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not be aware, but we are offering 100% free legal consultations over the phone. Doesn't matter what area of practice that you're calling about. We are giving you information and advice for 100% for free. And Andrea has been fielding a lot of these calls. Andrea, have you been finding that a lot of people are just finally deciding not to do it themselves?
Some people are really interested in going with an attorney, but I also think a lot of people are scared now to just apply for anything as it is because of the news and because of everything they hear. But I think a lot of people have taken the risk and have retained us, and they've understood that it's an investment worth it. So
you know, we
Okay.
kind of
All right.
especially with these bans going on and immigration furloughs going on, and things are definitely going to be slowing down. I mean, there's no question about it. And things are already slowed down this year. Just, you know, immigration is in a bad state. But our policy across the board is, you know, if you've got your parents in Guyana and you want them here, okay, it might take twice as long as it did before. If there's a ban in place for who knows how long, for as long as this guy's president, it might take longer than that. But the fact is, you want them here. There's no reason to delay. The only result of delaying is higher filing fees, which are about to go up any day, and longer wait times when the doors do reopen, because everybody's going to be waiting in line. If you get your petition in now, you get it approved. There's nothing to stop the Immigration Service from processing your application as long as there are personnel there doing work. So you file your case, yeah, okay, it might get approved and it might sit with the National Visa Center for a year, but when things reopen, whenever that is, you'll be first in line. You know, so there is no reason to wait. None.
just to add to that, you also want to take advantage of how the law is now, because if he gets reelected and he keeps changing everything, you might not be eligible in the future when you were eligible now. So
That's a good point.
even if you're going to be waiting longer, you still want to get in your applications in right now.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot
the
of our
the government has been trying to eliminate the fourth preference category forever. That fourth preference is a U.S. citizen applying for a sibling, which takes 15 years. The quota is tiny. The annual quota is like 15,000 people a year. That's why it takes so long. The government, for as long as I've been practicing law, that's a long time, they've been trying to eliminate the fourth preference category. They haven't done it yet, but as a trade-off, if Trump gets reelected and they want to legalize DACA, you know, make it the law, I could see that being on the chopping block. I could see them getting rid of the fourth preference category. I could see them getting rid of the diversity lottery in return for giving this guy money for his ridiculous wall, or legalizing the DACA applicants. I could see that happening. But if you get your application in now, before that happens, you're safe. They can't, you pay the fee, you get your filing receipt, they can't eliminate that. If that category, as an example, ever goes away, they will leave enough numbers there available for the people that filed before the law changed. So there's no reason not to apply, in other words, none.
Squeeze, let me ask you a question, seriously, because I see you sitting back there listening to the three of us.
Monsters.
Is this the best legal show you've ever put together?
It is. It is phenomenal. It is truly the best legal show, law show, period, on radio and maybe on, of course, social. I mean, you guys, you make it, you know, you all know that normally for broadcasting, you've got to train people, right? No training needed. It's just unbelievable. So I'm impressed, but I'm more impressed about what it is.
Well, of course, you know,
I am more impressed about what it is that the Conrad Pollacks, the maestro, the Andrea, the
voice always helps. The voice helps.
Voice helps. The voice does help. The Nelson Madrid, the Mavericks, does in the immigration department. And of course, you, the $120 million man, you have settled $120 million for your clients. Why would anyone want to go with another law firm? I mean, you guys are great at what you do. You jump on the radio, you jump on social, you do a show for 15, 30 minutes, an hour, and it's like a breeze. Normally, people would have to get training, props, set them up here, scripts. There are no scripts here. You know, most people, when they do a show, there are scripts. I'm quite sure the Andreas and the Conrads ask, so what am I going to say? But once they start the show with me, they realize it's just a normal show. You just speak your mind. And I love the fact
flip that switch, right? Flip that on switch.
That's it. And I like the fact that everybody speaks their mind here. You know, we do know that, of course, the maestro loves to talk about his friend DT. But, you know, other than that, we focus on helping people with immigration. We focus on helping people where personal injury is concerned, and also the criminal defense and the real estate department. And I want everyone to understand that they can speak with an attorney absolutely free right now make that consultation over the phone, and it's free. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. I know you're getting called, Adam, so we will let you go shortly. 844-774-3529. Reach out to the firm and get that free consultation. Yes, Adam.
My brother, listen, this is what we've been born to do. Everybody on this panel right now, the four of us, so the phone calls are blazing, man. I mean, this is ridiculous. Whenever I switch over, I'm on my phone right now. So whenever I go blank, it's because somebody's calling in right now. The four of us, Adam, David, Andrea, and Conrad, we 100% love what we do, right? We are proud of our profession. We are proud of our reputation. We are proud of ourselves. And it shows in the work that we do. And I think it shows in our social media and radio broadcasts. You know, we're not doing this because we have to. We're doing this because we want to. And we're certainly embracing the community that's embraced us for so many years, the people that have been so loyal to us, the people that have given our names and our phone numbers to their family, to their friends, to their neighbors, to people in their church, you know, to people in their cab. I've got Uber drivers that, you know, talk up our firm, whether it's immigration or personal injury, not because we're compensating them, but because they're proud of us. You know, I had a guy call me the other day. He said, yeah, I had an immigration issue and I was speaking to my Uber driver and he said, yeah, I got straight through PPID and maybe you should use them too. I mean, that's just what it is, you know, and it shows. Yeah, well, okay, come on, man. You get straight in immigration and in personal injury, you come to me because you're mashed up. I get it, man. But that's the difference. You know, we understand our community, we understand our clients, and of course, we understand our profession. We're all practicing attorneys. You know, we're not just here advertising our services and going to dish you off to somebody else. We work on the cases, we work on the files, we meet the clients, we go to court, and we get you the results that you and your family deserve. So if that's something that's important to you, all things equal being considered, I suggest you go with attorneys that are going to treat you like family, that are not going to treat you like a file, that are going to keep you informed, keep you updated, and keep you part of the process, because we do it in a very, very different way. And like I say, we can't say we're the best, right? Nobody's allowed to say that. But we're really, 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 really good at what we do. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. We are Pollack, Isaac DeSico. We've been around for 60 years. We're a full service law firm, and our phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844-PPID law. Squeeze, you down with PPID?
You know me.
All right.
All right, quick one. Let me just ask a quick immigration question on the immigration side. Shanika wants to know, she says here, I'm doing a VAWA application. I have received a prima facie determination. Also, I had a pending case when my ex was filing for me, but it got denied cause, C-U-Z, she put, we didn't receive the notice of the interview. I'm now doing VAWA because of the abuse I endured with him. I have applied for the VAWA from last August, and I have received a prima facie determination. How long will it take? And that's pronounced that way, right, fascia?
Prima facie. That's right.
Prima facie, right.
Yeah, Shira, you could have that one.
So it could take, so right now she could probably file for the employment authorization, but it could take about a year or a couple more years for it to be completed.
Yeah, it's good that she I don't know if she had legal help. I mean, she was able to get, when you're doing a VAWA application, first thing you need to demonstrate spousal abuse. And you have to get certification, and you have to get the prima facie case approved. I mean, you know, that takes some work. So I'll give her credit for having that done. I don't know if she had a lawyer or she did it herself. That's great. But she can apply for work authorization if she hasn't already. That's taking about 6 months to obtain. And as far as the green card, I mean, it's hard to even give estimates right now because who knows how they're going to be working. It's going to be at least a year before she hears anything.
Okay. All right.
Although there is the possibility, though, we've seen applications that typically would take 6 to 8 months to get approved. Seen him recently in the last couple of weeks. They get approved in a month. You know, so there's just no way of knowing. I think things like that happen is because immigration on certain ends, they've seen such a reduction in files and applications being filed because of the pandemic and all kinds of other stupid things going on in immigration. But I saw a case yesterday. It was approved in 3 weeks. And I-130 was approved in 3 weeks. Normally it would take 8 months. So you never know. You never know. But she's in good shape. If she hasn't applied for work authorization, do it. Get it done.
Okay. And do remember, ladies and gentlemen, that you can call 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. You can ask the attorney any questions you want for free, okay, where a consultation is concerned. And I say that you actually should hire them. Very, very important. So, ladies and gentlemen, okay.
Well, Squeeze, I had
hold on. Let me just let's extend on it. The same person who asked the question says, last month we did the work permit and the 485. We applied for the VAWA from last August.
Good.
She also went on to say, I have an attorney, but he was charged with domestic violence.
the attorney.
Her attorney?
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a new one. I haven't heard that one before.
listen, Shanika, all I got to tell you, I got 4 letters for you. PPID. Okay, those are the 4 letters I have, and I have some numbers for you too. Just call. I can't say it enough. I am bragging. I am showing off, but that's because I'm confident that they will do the best for you, and that is the lawyers at Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Whether it's personal injury or immigration, call them now. Get that free consultation. Speak with them about your problems and or issues. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. She went on to say the judge ordered a 2-year no contact order and I had to take out a protection order.
Good.
Again, yeah, he threatened to kill me. And
that's the kind of documentation you need to get through the VAWA process. The fact that she has a court order, that's huge. Usually you don't have that. Usually it's just maybe you have a police complaint, maybe you have accusations or photograph. Unfortunately, I've seen photographs of spouses, how their husbands have beaten them, things like that. You know, those are the types of documents that we have to supply. So the fact that she got a court order, that's why she's flying through. I take it back. I don't give any credit to the abusive lawyer. All right, she basically probably could have done this herself. But moving along, Andrea and I wanted to talk about a situation that comes up constantly. You know, with these I-90s, people having to file for renewal of their green card, citizenship. And Andrea, why don't you talk about it a little bit and let people know how it works?
So we've had a lot of questions of people that are about to, their green card's about to expire and they want to know, what should I do? Should I naturalization or should I file to get my green card renewed? So you can actually do a couple of things. Renew your green card, which you will have it for 10 more years, but then you're eventually going to have to go through the process of renewing again. You still can't vote. You can't travel for a long period of time outside of the country. If you get in trouble with the law, you might lose your green card. I mean, there's a lot of downsides to that. You can file for your naturalization, go through the test, go through everything and get your citizenship, or you can do both at the same time.
Well, Andrea, hang on. Make sure everyone is aware just getting a green card doesn't make you eligible for citizenship. There are requirements to apply for citizenship.
Yeah, so as long as you have all the requirements to get your citizenship, the 5 years or 3 years of physical presence, you haven't left the country for more than months at once, you're a person of good moral character, then you'd be able to apply for your citizenship. So the thing is, sometimes we tell clients if they want, they can do both at the same time. For example, if their renewal for their green card, the I-90 gets approved first, then they could potentially travel and they have their green card if the citizenship takes longer. Or if their citizenship is denied because they don't pass the test for any reason, they still have the renewal green card, which will be approved or if they get it. So it's something to consider and something that I've seen coming up a lot with our cases or the
Yeah, there
consuls.
are often situations where we'll get a call, like we just got a call from somebody whose green card is expiring in a week, and they're saying, "What should we do?" The fact is, even if your green card expires, that doesn't mean your status is expired. You're still a permanent resident. If your driver's license expires, doesn't mean you can't drive anymore. I mean, you can't drive with an expired license, but you go and you get a new license, you pay the fee, and you get your license to drive again. This is not that different. Once your green card's typically granted for 10 years, and if the card expires, you have to get a new one. You're still a permanent resident, though. You can still apply for a job with a card that's about to expire in a week. I wouldn't be traveling if your card's about to expire these days, although technically you could, but you'd have a problem getting back in. You'd probably get back in. It was a short trip. I don't advise it these days, though, with everything going on. But it is very similar to just your driver's license expiring. I-90 is the form that you submit. You pay the fees, which, by the way, are going up very soon, substantially. Fee for I-90 is going up like $200-300 per. But oftentimes, especially these days, when somebody has their green card for 5 years or more, and they fulfill the residence requirements to apply for citizenship, I try to nudge every client I see along to file for citizenship and then to vote. All right, because it's never been more important. You got to get your citizenship, and you got to vote, and you have to take part in the system. You want to be part of this country. You need to know a little bit about civics. You need to be able to pass that test. And as I tell every single client that applies for citizenship, if you can't pass that civics test, you don't deserve to be a U.S. citizen. And I mean that. If you can't pass that test, you don't deserve to be a citizen. And usually it gets through, and people usually do pass it. My clients pass it. But it's so important these days with all the stuff going on. You're going to live here. You're going to spend your life here. It doesn't, okay, you're going to have to serve on a jury at some point or other. I mean, if you're young, you might have to go into the military, or choose to go into the military, register at least. But it's so important to engage civically if you're going to live in this country. And every vote matters, especially these days. So that's why I tell everybody to file citizenship if they can.
Quick question. It has popped up from time to time in the past, in my era anyway, when I was filing for my citizenship. Not joining the selective services, is that an issue?
You're supposed to register.
Yeah, I did.
The age.
I did. A lot of people did not, and it popped up.
Yeah, it always does.
You're supposed to. Yeah. And then.
But there's also a lot of people that don't know that they're supposed to.
Yeah. And that's why you got a lawyer, because they can tell you that you need to do it.
Right.
But Conrad, Andrea, most people don't know that even as a green card holder, that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't know.
I think between the ages of 8, and 26.
And 29, 26,
yeah. So I'm just saying something that
not failing to register they will bust your chops. They will give you a hard time. We typically, when it comes up, we've been able to get through it. One of the advantages to having a lawyer, to having a law firm that knows what they're doing, if you're going to apply for citizenship and I see, hey, you're 20 years old, did you apply for selective service? No. Sonny, go register and then come on back and we'll apply your citizenship application.
What if they say, I don't want to register because I might get drafted and go to the army, the service?
There's no draft, at least not yet. Well, you know what? If that happens, just develop a severe case of bone spurs. That seems to work.
All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is what we do here. We educate you. We give you information on, of course, actually immigration. You can actually call the immigration attorneys now, get a free consultation. And that number happens to be 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. If you do have immigration questions, place them very quickly in the comment section as you are watching. Don't be afraid to place those questions. Although you can get that free consultation with one of the attorneys off the air, outside of this social, still post that question so we can share it and many others can see the answers. Once again, I'm speaking with Andrea, I'm speaking with Conrad, respectively. They are attorneys at the firm PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And we are here in the New York area at 225 Broadway on the 3rd floor with multiple offices, of which Conrad, the maestro, will tell you about the additional offices. And they are?
Well, we have our main office at 225 Broadway in New York City on the third floor. Never any reason ever to go above the third floor if you have an immigration or a personal injury case, ever. We also have an office in Brooklyn at 107 Avenue I. And it's the tech train that stops right on our corner and the B11 bus going back and forth to Flatbush, I believe, which is very conveniently located. We have a nice little office, which, by the way, we're going to be opening in the Brooklyn office probably in a couple of weeks. And we're going to have to do a show there, Squeeze. We've been talking about it.
I'm ready.
We've been talking about it. All right. And our third office we have in Westchester County, up in Peekskill. I never remember that address. Where's Nelson when you need him? But anyway, Peekskill is a very small town. It's easy to find us. But that office is already open. Tatiana is there, manning the phones there, and we are open in Peekskill. And on Monday, we're open in New York City. We're all going back to work in the office on Monday. So we're back in business, guys.
All right, so here's another one. And by the way, Shanika said she's calling, but she's getting a voicemail. She wants to hire you guys. But Shanika, just keep in mind that someone will call you back.
It is 6:30.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Sheldon Salazar says here, this is the guy, he says, I was green card approved through VAWA on October 2019, but I never received my physical green card, just the approval letter. On April this year, I filed the I-90 based on my card being issued, but never received. Was that the best option for me to receive my card?
Yes.
Well, you're Shira.
Yeah, filing the I-90 was the right choice. Sometimes it's probably okay that he hasn't gotten it yet because he only filed in April. Sometimes it could even take up to a year to get the I-90, so he just needs to be patient. But he should be able to get the replacement card soon, hopefully.
Do
And also, did he ever get his initial card? Because sometimes the initial cards get lost in the mail or they go to the wrong address.
The physical green card.
He got the letter, though.
Got the approval letter.
Yeah. Yeah, the cards disappear sometimes, or if it goes to the wrong address, or if it's certified and they don't pick it up, they dispose of it, then you have to file the I-90. It could get just, I wouldn't say complicated, but just time consuming. And like Shira said, it could take a year to get that I-90 approved.
My green card actually got lost in the mail when I got it too.
Right.
My family's came except mine, and it took about a year or so for me to get the actual card as well.
It happens all the time. A situation like that, it becomes important. In particular, someone wants to travel, or if they're applying for a new job and their employer is giving them a hard time, improperly, by the way. If they have an approval notice demonstrating that they were approved for the green card, that should suffice to get the job. But they might want to travel and they can't get a passport. Situation like that, we deal with it all the time. And I would say to that person, might be a good idea if he's looking to travel, if he has specific situations that he really needs to get that green card. We do have ways of getting temporary evidence. Right, our man, the general, with his links, is able typically to hook us up with the right people at the CIS office in New York City at 26 Federal Plaza to get a stamp, which is temporary evidence.
That I never received a notice of a card being mailed. Who said that?
It happens.
It probably happens. Like they do that all the time. So it definitely just probably got lost in the mail or something. But if he has the approval letter, he should be safe, I guess.
Pre-Trump, they used to send them certified mail, the cards. So you had to get it by certified. Now they just stick it, there is nothing being done by this administration to make it easier or to help the immigrant. Everything that they do makes it more difficult. Everything. There is no accommodation whatsoever by this administration to make anything easier. Even after you've gone through the process and spent your money and spent your years and gathered your evidence and gone to court and done all this stuff that you got to do to get through your case, then they play around with, sorry, the green card didn't arrive in the mail. Yeah, it just is what it is,
Gotcha. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that just about does it for us here on, of course,
on that happy note, right?
Yeah. On a happy note. Cruising with the Case Handlers. I've added an S to it. Cruising with the Case Handlers. All right. Make sure you join us tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's a holiday. Well, the holiday is being celebrated tomorrow, but we will be here at 8:30 a.m. Cruising with us, of course, will be you and we would love to answer your immigration questions, and also, of course, speak to you on personal injury. With that said, any final words? I will let Andrea have the first final word.
Enjoy the long weekend and call us on Monday.
Okay. Mr. Maestro, Mr. Conrad Pollack, Mr. Managing, Mr. Practicing.
The young lady that was trying to get through to us, you know, I try to keep my people working 24 hours a day, but you know, there are labor laws out there, so I really can't have them working 24 hours a day. So you probably want to give us a call tomorrow morning, or leave a voicemail on our machine, and somebody will get back to you tomorrow. You can ask specifically when you call. Ask for Wanda. All right, Wanda's our wonder girl who handles all of our radio calls.
Well, I got something for you. I got some news for you, Conrad. She says your voicemail is full.
Really?
Oh.
Yes, she says it's
wow. That I got to check. That's interesting.
Yeah, in her defense.
Wow, I didn't know that. All right, that I will.
I guess
Ruthie,
that's a good sign then.
Ruthie, if you are listening, you better do something about that. I was not aware of that. Thanks for that advice. Just for that, I'll give her a free consultation.
As you can see, Tanika, everybody's got jokes here. Everybody's got a personality, and everybody's a character, and good ones at that.
Anyway, I was going to say also about the weekend. This is a special July 4th for me. My mom was born on July 4th, and unfortunately, she died a long time ago. She's not with us anymore. But this Saturday, she would have been 100 years old.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So,
it's a good one for you then to celebrate.
Yeah.
Remember her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Conrad, listen, man. I'm quite sure we're gonna have a great weekend, but you're gonna be here tomorrow morning, right?
I will. Yes.
Okay.
I will.
Sure you don't want to join us, Andrea? Just messing with you.
Nope.
Andrea's got the day off.
Next time.
Andrea's got the day off.
right.
They twisted my arm and made us close tomorrow. You know, it's a holiday. What can we do, right?
Yeah. What are we gonna do?
Damn labor laws.
Right. But anyway, it's been a great show. More importantly, everyone that's watching us, yes, you will get a free consultation, but please retain them. And I'm not saying please for me or for the firm. I'm saying please for you, because I know with all the changes with immigration right now and things that you don't know about, the ignorance, it will get you in trouble if you try to file by yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, let the lawyers do it. That's the reason why they went to law school. That's the reason why they know the law. That's the reason why they know what's happening every single day. With all the changes with this president, that's the reason why they've got the general, AKA Alan Kay. They know what to do. So hire them, retain them, work out the cost with them, get on a payment plan if you can't afford the whole thing up front. But, you know, get your priorities together. Thank you so much. Call them now.
All right, one last word. As we speak, I am sending a text to my receptionist right now. That voicemail will be clear by the morning.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
There you have it. Thank you both, Andrea. Thank you, Conrad.
Thank you.
And we'll catch up tomorrow morning, Conrad. And with that said, we must remind you that prior results will not guarantee similar outcome. And yes, this has been an attorney advertisement. But as you can see, as we do day in, day out, they're excellent attorneys. Make sure you reach out to them. Conrad, take us out with something on the keyboard.
Ugh, pressure.
Anything. There we go. The maestro, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks a lot for taking us out, Conrad. Good night, folks. We'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. We're out.
Sounds good.